What it is, what it doing, how the hell are all of you with yours truly, Petra fucker back with another mother lover. You already know the deal. Grab your smoke, grab your drink, and lock in with your boy, because we back with another one. Man, we took those wins last night. New Jersey is still up in the air. You know, that's a really deep blue state. So let's keep it a buck. That's not something that's unexpected. But you know, the fact that the Republicans came out the way they did, man. Youngkin took Virginia, Minneapolis. Minneapolis told the progressive left to get fucked with that police shit. Ooh, I was praying so hard for that, man. Someone said last night to me, God had spoken. You know what I mean? And that meant something to me because you had people in Virginia go against the Democratic wants and needs. Not really needs, but what they really wanted. And then you had in Minneapolis, man, one of the deepest blue cities, the city that started the defund the police movement, literally say, no, we not getting rid of the police. That's a motherfucking win, no matter how you twist it, flip it, or want it to be. Now, it's crazy to me to see some of the things we see right now. You got actual people out here trying to say that the only reason Youngkin won was because of white supremacy. So does that mean white supremacy happened in Minneapolis too? And that's why the police are no longer there? And that's why the police are still there? You know what I mean? It's crazy to me. Let's jump into this. This is one of the things that I wanted to point out, right? If you read right here, it tells you what question 2 was. And it tells you what the people of Minneapolis voted against. A motherfucking man. This was one of the best pictures I've seen in my whole motherfucking life. Minneapolis ballot question, public safety, fails. And they kept that progressive mayor Frey. Now, I've went after Frey multiple times, but I would say that man, since he decided he was going to screw Minneapolis and tie the hands of the police, he should have to try to fix that shit. And the fact that the city made him do the walk of shame when he said he would not abolish the police, he would not sign under that, and they made him do the walk of shame through the crowd during the George Floyd riots, was crazy to me. But it also told me he's not going to bend on that, and he didn't bend the whole time. So I got to give him props where props are due, but he's still a piece of shit. Keep it a buck. Now, oh, this is Tim Pool, my bad. We're going to get to that too. Now, Jamel Hill is all over Facebook, all over Twitter right now, talking about it was white supremacy, this, that, the other, except the lieutenant governor is a person of color. So how is white supremacy the reason that Youngkin won? But it's funny. That's what they're gonna go for. They're not gonna accept the loss any which way they should. They're just gonna accept it as, nope, white supremacy took over and that's why we lost. No, you lost because of your policies, the crime, critical race theory. There's a million reasons you fucking lost. And there's a million more reasons in 2022 you're gonna lose so much fucking more. And in 2024, gonna lose even fucking more. And it's gonna be awesome to see that red wave finally fucking come. Now, let's get to the next thing. Now, Tim Pool and his crew got sick with COVID. Prayed for him. Everybody kind of figured that's what they got sick with. He got prescribed ivermectin or whatever it is, you know. He said they threw the kitchen sink at me and I feel better than I did before I was sick. Said my lungs were doing really bad, this, that, the other, right? You got people that are like, oh, you took horse paste. You took horse paste. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it 100%. I got COVID too, but I didn't go to the doctors and get anything for it. I just toughed that shit out. It sucked ass. Had a horrible cough. Aches and pains was just a drain on you, boy. Lost my motherfucking breath all the motherfucking time. Mind you, I'm a smoker, a heavy smoker. So I really was, I kept smoking during it. You know what I'm saying? If I was going to go, I was going to go out doing what I wanted to do. I was throwing up a lot. The symptoms were really fucking weird, but that's not here or there. The fact that you got people in this man's comments flipping their gums, flapping their gums about he's a piece of shit, this, that, the other, you took horse paste, you took this, that, the other. You really is a piece of shit. If you're really going to get mad that they threw everything in the kitchen sink to help him get better, he was able to afford all that, and he's the piece of shit because he survived it. Would it have been better if he died? Would it have mattered more to your cause? Would it have made a difference if he didn't take the horse paste, in your words? It's crazy to me to see how disgusting some people truly are. And see, I dig the Quartery and I really enjoy his content. I always have, even his Midwestly content. I don't always side with what he says, just like Tim Pool. I don't always side with what he says, but I enjoy the content that they make. Now, when he says, I'm pretty certain Tim has gotten the vaccine, he is only cagey about admitting it because he knows a large chunk of his viewers would disapprove. I hate it that it's that way. I really hate that. Now, as I said, right here in the bottom, you can see my post. I'm always talk my shit in circles so everybody can see it. Make it very clear, it's polarizing. Period. The way they went, that's how they want it, and that's how it is. Your health choices ain't anyone's business, and that includes Tim. Most of his base, should say his, not he. Most of his base, I guarantee, knows he got the vax and don't care. Even if he didn't get the vaccine, it doesn't matter. If he did get it, it doesn't matter. They still threw the kitchen sink at this boy, and that's what tells me he didn't get it. They're throwing the kitchen sink at him, the antibodies and all that. That tells me he didn't get the shot. But even if he did, it doesn't matter. The fact that he was able to get everything they could give him to help him survive that and fight that. Because some people really do get it bad. They really do get it bad. Now, I said before that there's people I know that have plenty of comorbidities and they shouldn't have survived it, but yet they did. By every standard, they should have died and be dead now. Dust to the wind is what they should be, but they're not. They're still living, breathing, and talking. And a couple of them is still doing the things they was doing before they got sick, such as smoking, doing drugs, enjoying their life. But they didn't kill them. Now, see, when I see people say like this, you think Rogers got the vaccine or is he just lying? It doesn't matter who got the vaccine. It doesn't not matter. It shouldn't matter to you, me, or the next motherfucking person. So when this person says, oh, I guess when Tim refused to answer if he took the vaccine, it's because the answer was no. Why does it matter if he took it? Why does it matter to you personally if he took the vaccine? It ain't your life. It's not your body. It's not your choice. It's not your decision. And the chances you will never be around him anyway. So even if he did get the vaccine, even if he did get it, even if he didn't get it, you ain't never going to be around him. So what the fuck would it make a difference to you for? If you don't like what he's spitting or how he's talking, quit watching his shit. Or if you really want to be that person, go after him for everything that he says. But I doubt you're going to like that game too. Just like when they try to go after the quartering. And we're going to talk about that for a second. Elijah Schaffer, he is by far one of my favorite content creators. There's a few content creators that I really fuck with because they are one of the reasons that Hot Box Talk is the way it is. They are one of the reasons that I started doing the show. There's a lot of reasons behind some of these people. Now, Elijah Schaffer is not one to bite his tongue. And he's proven that time and time again. This man went out and did plenty of on-the-ground videos. Antifa done tried to beat his ass multiple times, this, that, the other, right? Well, one of the things that I find really funny when I see people argue with people like Elijah Schaffer, Steven Crowder, Tim Pool, those guys, especially when people are from other countries. If you're not from America, then you really don't know the problems that Americans are facing on a day-to-day basis. You only get an outside view. Same thing when I talk about England or I talk about any other country. I don't know what's really going on there. I don't know what really they deal with on a day-to-day basis because I've never been there and I don't live there. So I only get my outside point of view, right? So when he's talking about, I'm in active contact with members of Congress about January 6th prisoners. The situation is very bleak. Both lawmakers and credentialed reporters are being blocked from any access to these detainees. Human rights abuse appears to be rampant. We are being legally shut out. Now, it's really fucked up because you have people that got away with burning down multiple cities. Not that everybody got away. I mean, like I said, there's a one dude, Bryce, I don't remember his last name, got to pay $12 million in reparations for helping burn down the 3rd precinct. That's one person that threw however many Molotov cocktails, you know what I mean? They didn't get everybody. So when I think about both situations, I think that the rioters for the George Floyd riots, I think they got away almost scot-free in comparison to the January 6th protest. I'm not going to call it insurrection. I'm not even going to call it a riot because I don't believe it was either. You had people that did bad things, but I also believe Antifa was there. That dude that sold his picture, Jonathan whatever, that dude went in wearing Trump gear. He probably hated wearing it, but he went in with the whole mission to paint a picture that he wanted to paint. Now, Elijah was going at it with Ian Miles Cheong. I don't really deal with Ian Miles Cheong. I don't really watch or listen to what he says. I don't watch his videos, nothing like that. I do follow him on Twitter because it's a person to follow and it's just another point of view, right? But when he was saying they should count their blessings that Capitol Police didn't shoot them like Lindsey Graham wanted to, when I read that little article, whatever it was, and I listened to what Lindsey Graham said, I don't think he was in the right. I definitely don't think he was in the right, especially when you compare what happened in the 2020 riots to January 6th. I think what the difference is January 6th wasn't against just normal people on the street, mom and pop shops. There were senators and Congress people in that building, and that's why they're trying to play the game they're going to play. Lindsey Graham is nothing but a rhino, and we all know this. So is Mitch McConnell. They are not real, true Republicans to the core. They are just getting that taxpayer money. That's all they want. Let's keep it a buck all day. Now, we're going to keep going. Elijah goes, you're not even American. You don't get it, man. You do some great work exposing social justice warriors. I respect that. But you LARP. Hard as a yank. It's very unnatural, and it shows through your constant bad takes. He goes, whoosh. Do you struggle with sarcasm on purpose, or is it natural? Now, the quartering brought up, he swatted people and admitted it. People need to stop giving him the benefit of the doubt. He is mocked at best. Ian is a grifter in an actual sense and a snake. Now, I don't like people that want people doxxed, and I don't like people that want people swatted. I do not believe that you, as a person, get the right to expose anyone's name or their information or have the police run up in their motherfucking house because you don't like them. Period. I had a friend after when the George Floyd riots, when George Floyd died, he was willing to dox his friend that he had known for damn near 20 years, give his name, his first, last name, his address, and where he worked on Facebook because he was pissy, because he was mad. Now, I told him, that's doxing. You need to take that shit down. That's wrong, rah, rah, rah. He took it down. But it was only after 23 people had decided they were going to comment on it. So 23 people knew his name, his address, and everything else about him. So whether you got what you wanted out of it, you doxed him, you exposed him. Because he didn't back what you believed. He didn't back what your belief was. And that's the fucked up part. Now, keeping it going, he goes, you were psychotically cheering on the insurrection and taking photos of Pelosi's laptop. Take a seat. Now, he says, you can't handle jokes? Log off. Then this person says, there was no insurrection. He goes, why do you think I put it in quotes? Myself, personally, if you refer to January 6th, even as a joke, as an insurrection, you are being disingenuous, whether you're being joking or not. You're disingenuous as fuck because everyone knows that was not insurrection. It does not add up to the definition, no matter how much you want it to. Elijah says, I try to be nice to you, but honestly, dude, fuck off. And he said something else too. But the quartering, I screenshotted this because it made a difference. Ian Miles Cheong fan club gets smaller by the day. If only Daily Wire would stop quoting his ass now too. We can hope and pray that that's what they do, right? But what Elijah said was, Pelosi's laptop, bro, how disconnected are you? You don't even know what happened on January 6th because you aren't American. You don't live here and making a living off grifting off American politics and corporate headlines. A lot of people do that. A lot of people grift and talk about American politics when they are not American. I don't know how many people on TikTok, how many people on YouTube, how many people on across the social media spectrum talk about American politics when they are not American. I mean, it's funny as fuck to go on TikTok and see 30 people have live streams or debate me, bro. This is what I believe in. I'm a leftist and I believe in this and this. Nobody wants to debate your funky ass. You're not important. You might be important to your followers that also are your echo chamber that stroke your egotistical bullshit. That's why it's so easy in my eyes to be a leftist and get so many followers that back your bullshit. It's hard to be a conservative on any of these sites. Speak your piece and still try to grow the platform. You know what I mean? Grow your platform. Like a good example is on TikTok. I get banned once a fucking week for saying something. I literally was talking about Sir 13 once, a gang, and I got fucking banned, and I wasn't even. We were just talking about it. Crazy. Now I understand when I called somebody a whale. I said not all big bitches, not all whales will be harpooned. Go ahead, block me, ban me, whatever. But I'm still gonna speak my piece. And the funniest thing is they banned me from comments, but didn't ban me from making videos. Really weird shit. Now, anyways, when I think of content creators like this going back and forth, especially when one is American, speaking on American values, speaking on American issues, speaking on Americans, and you have someone else that's not from America, is not American, is going to speak on the same issues, the same values, you're definitely a fucking grifter. Worry about your own country. Worry about what's going on in your neck of the neighborhood, you know what I mean? Quit worrying about what's going on in my shit in the other side of the pond, in my opinion. Now, one of the things that Zuby, I love Zuby. Zuby's an OG. Now, he's got a point. Look at this. I know this is outrage bait, but the media has really fallen into new lows over the past 5 years, and I don't think they can recover. Over 75% of people who cheat claim that affairs improve their marriages. Now, I think we can all say that that's bullshit. We all know that's bullshit, right? We can all claim that, know that. Because it is. But one thing we can also do is show that it's the way the world's going now. And I've shown it before, whether it's TikTok videos, whatever it is. You have people out here that sexualize everything to the point that they think that's, in my eyes, that's the only way to go about things. That's how I see it. There's so many people that are like, oh, sex sells, sex sells, sex sells, sex sells, sex sells, right? That's all they want to do is sell it. That's all they want to do is be about it because they know it sells. Well, then you also have people, more and more now, especially when these social media apps where people feel free to be themselves. You have people that are talking about pegging their boyfriends. You have people that are talking about having threesomes, foursomes, fivesomes. People that are okay with being swingers. People that are okay with sharing their partner. That shit is all weird and it's not normal. And to try to make it sound like that's going to improve your marriage or improve your relationship is clearly bullshit. And there are some relationships and some marriages that really do stand the test of time when they do this kind of weirdo shit. But I don't think they're the ones out there exposing themselves on a daily basis. And some of those people, I would call them social justice warriors, pushing what they think is the new wave, the new trend, the new thing about the world. And people that would say, oh, my marriage improved after I cheated. You're fucking insane. And to try to push that is wild to me. Like, you know how ass backwards you are? And now, this episode is a little bit more off the cuff. A little bit more just talking my shit, right? And I thought it'd be a little bit different because, start with Young Ken, going to the Elijah and Ian arguing this, that, the other, and then end with this piece because I really think it kind of all ties in together. You have Young Ken who is saying, he blew up really big because he was like, the school doesn't get to decide what parents get to decide, you know what I mean? When you had McCullough say that, teachers in schools get more say in what the school students should learn, this, that, the other than parents, it really, really polarized a lot of parents. And that's why he lost the race the way he did. That being said, when you see what some of these schools are teaching children, pushing for children, you really know this shit's wild and it's wrong. You have them teaching books of it, like that one lady, in the one video the mom was talking about. The one book is talking about Timmy blowing Jimmy and Jimmy blowing Gail. Really some weird shit that kids should not be learning. And when you go on TikTok, you go on Twitter, and you go on Facebook, this so and so and so and so, and you see girls, guys, whatever, twerking, shaking that ass, being overtly sexual all the time, every time. What do you know what I mean? That's where I'm saying it sells, but it also is damaging to so many people. And then when people say, people say, man, I cheated and my marriage got better. You're going to try to tell kids that shit? You're going to try to tell the younger generation that that's the way to be about it? You're fucking insane. You're crazy. That's not going to float. And that's not the way the world gets better, in my opinion. Now, this is the first video of a few I'm going to drop today. So definitely stay tuned. We got some TikTok shit we're going to clap about. We got some more Republican shit we're going to talk about. We got some more Biden shit we're going to clap on. So like I said, just stay tuned. This is just another off-the-cuff episode. Flapping my gums, talking my shit, bringing some more shit to bringing more shit to the channel and seeing what pops, what doesn't. But I definitely thought a lot of this should be pointed out. Now, I would side with Elijah Schaffer in the quartering when it goes to Ian Miles Cheong. I would definitely say that the man is a grifter and he's a snake. If you're willing to do snake-like things, then you got to be called a snake when you're going to be a snake, you know what I mean? And that's how I'm going to look at it. That's how I'm going to treat it. And on that note, you already know what it is. Stay blazed, stay blessed, stay safe. And just remember this big one. Minneapolis said, fuck you to the progressives, and so did Virginia. And all we can pray is New Jersey says it too. You already know what it is. Peace.